Today's mission, we gotta take this airplane from Miami to Key West. We can do this two ways. Go direct or take the scenic route. I say we take the scenic route. Welcome aboard, everybody. We'll start up the TBM 850 here. She's let me know it's clear to wind up. Here we go. Boost pump is on. Starter is on. Starter light is on. Blinking. Ignition is on. Waiting for the NG to rise up. And stabilize. There it is. Introduce fuel to low idle. Now we have a light off. ITT. We're watching that for hot starts. Watching the NG for hung starts. It's not very often that you'll have any of those issues, but you gotta be prepared for both of them. So temperature, pressures are all coming up. And there we have it, good start.
Tower information, Oscar 1151 observation, wind 150 at 10, visibility 10, 2,200 scattered, temperature 26, dew point 22, altimeter 2996. Expect ILS approach, runway 9 left, landing and departing runways 9 left, 12, and 9 right. Clearance delivery is combined with ground control on 120.025. Advise on initial contact. You have Oscar.
Alright, we have information Oscar. Every hour the airport puts out information and gives an identifier. This hour it's Oscar. So when we check in with ground here and let them know what we want to do, we'll let them know we have Oscar and they know we have the current airport information. Opelika ground, good morning. TBM 851 Tango Bravo over at signature with Oscar. Looking to go VFR to the southeast.
TBM 851 Tango Bravo, Opelika ground, good morning. Runway 9 left, taxi via November 6th, November.
November 6th, November to 9 left, November 851 Tango Bravo.
TBM 1 Tango Bravo, do you want to fly following?
We're just going to go low level down the Florida Keys and the Key West, so we'll just go on our own.
Lucky you.
Alright, give her a quick flash of the taxi light. He's letting us know we can go forward. And now she's telling me to go left. Alright, we've been given our taxi instructions, November 6, November to 9 left. I'd like to welcome all you guys on board. How have you been doing? Good? Good, glad to hear. If you guys are good, I'm good. It's exciting to have you guys back in the TBM today. So we had an IFR on file this morning to go to Key West. We were going to do like the Manatee transition and everything, but you know, it's a nice day, so I figured why not just go VFR, low level, we'll go down the Florida Keys, enjoy a nice scenic route into Key West. If you guys do like these videos, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, also subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Check our controls here. If you look out at the wing, you'll see we're checking to make sure the controls are free and correct. On this departure, we got to be careful. We're underneath the Class Bravo airspace of Miami International, so we don't want to bust into that. So we'll go up to about 1,000 feet. Got that set up in our altitude pre-selector. And we'll go over to tower now and let them know we're ready to go. Opelika Tower, good morning. November 851 Tango Bravo, hold short 9 left, VFR to the southeast.
November 851 Tango Bravo, Opelika Tower, good morning. Fly eastbound, runway 9 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 9 left, we'll fly eastbound, November 851 Tango Bravo. Alright, we're getting our takeoff clearance. Final is clear. Down the runway is clear. So we've been given just to fly eastbound VFR visually. Let's see how fast we can get up to 1,000 feet. We'll do a full power takeoff here. Hold the brakes. Release when we get our takeoff power set. We'll see how fast we get up to 1,000. Alright, takeoff power is set. Oil temperatures, pressures all look good in the green. That sun is bright right in our eyes here this morning. Get to our rotation speed. There it is. We'll get up off the ground. We'll gear up, tap the brakes, build up a little bit more speed. Flaps are coming now up, holding ground effect. Alright, and we'll start our rotation upward here. We'll get a real nice climb right out of this because we're going pretty fast and we're light. And we're going to pitch for 130, and the speed is what I want to look for. There it is. And we are already at 1,000 feet. We'll level off here. And we'll go yaw damper on for now. I'm going to hand fly it. I'm also going to inhibit the terrain warning. Since we're going to be going low level, I don't want that yelling at us for no reason. And we got to keep a very good eye out for traffic over in our TAS over there. It's pretty early in the morning still, so hopefully there won't be a lot of people flying, but this first leg of this trip is probably the most dangerous because there's so many different types of traffic out there we got to watch out for.
Number 851 Tango Bravo for exchange approved. Good day.
Roger, enjoy your day, 1 Tango Bravo.
Houston, meet.
We'll monitor the Miami frequency. So we got the shoreline of South Florida coming up here. Flying VFR is very easy when it comes, you don't have to really talk to anybody if you don't want to. I honestly do prefer having flight following because I feel it's safer. But there's nothing wrong with what we're doing today. Alright, coming up on the shoreline here, we'll start our right turn. I don't see anybody on the windows flying around us, and the TAS is still clear. Alright, so here we go. We are going to start our right turn. Right down the beach. We're actually going to put our pulsating landing lights on. That'll give extra visibility to any oncoming traffic that can see us from the front. Now our landing lights are just pulsating. Good view down there at the beach. It is a windy day, so as you can see, it is not the nicest beach day, but still beautiful view. Thankfully, it is not a busy day yet of people flying. Usually along this corridor here, you'll have banner tows, helicopters, all kinds of airplanes, and different aircraft. And see, right now we got an obstacle, a train warning's going off. That's why I inhibited that. Look at this, we're the only person on flying right now, guys. This is not bad at all. This is the easiest I've ever had it through here. We do have some showers down around Key West that we're going to have to contend with. I do have an IFR on file, so we can always pick that up halfway down if we need it. So this right here, guys, coming up is South Beach. It's one of the most popular beaches in all of the United States, let alone South Florida. And you can see, you'll be able to see all the different cruise ships over there. Right now I got the power pulled back significantly, lower 50% on the torque, just so we're not screaming, and you guys can enjoy the view a little bit here. And there's not a lot of people on the beach yet. Like I said, it's early. We just took off at 8:15 in the morning, and it is a Sunday also, so. But also you can see the cruise ships out there on the Port of Miami. They'll be going out on the different cruises around the Caribbean, and you got downtown Miami also. Alright, now that we're past some of the sites, we'll give it some more power. Go up to 100% on the torque. We'll go into 850 mode. Got the flap lever down here, you go up and over the gate. Now we're going to advance the torque past 100%. Coming up next is Key Biscayne. And we do have some clouds to contend with right here. Since we're visual, we'll remain clear of those. And we can now climb up to 2,500 feet. We'll put that in our altitude pre-selector. And I'm going to actually put the autopilot on. There we go, we're in heading mode. And we'll VS it 3,000 feet a minute. From 1,500 to 2,500. So we'll be up there in no time. That was our warning, letting us know we got 1,000 feet to go to what we have put in our altitude pre-selector. And we'll go right on over more on course here now. Look down here at the iPad, you'll see this is where we took off from Opa-locka. If you can see the little green line right there, it's called the breadcrumb feature on ForeFlight. It shows you where you've all been, and there we are. Once we get past this next shelf of the Bravo airspace, we can climb to whatever altitude we want. And we're going to go right on down the Keys here. That was our IFR route if we need to pick that up. Those are the storms that you can see. We're in Key West this morning, they all moved to the north. And we're going to go right down in there to Key West. This right here coming up is Ocean Reef. It's a private airport and a private community that people live there. We'll see if we can see it. I think they have private written on the runway. Let's see, you can see a golf course down there. We'll bank over here a little bit so you guys can see. That's the Ocean Reef. I guess you need permission. Yeah, it says private right on the strip down there. It's upside down for us, but you can see it down there. Looks like maybe a King Air down there. 2, 3, 4 different airplanes out there right now. Right now we have 1,200 in our transponder. There's nobody following us with ATC. We're just kind of all on our own right now. When you squawk 1,200, if you're new to aviation, that's just a general code that everybody squawks when they're just flying VFR without any type of flight followings. To fly the TBM here, which I do for my career, which is my job, to me it doesn't get any better. I could never see myself going back to like a 9-to-5 job. Every day you go to work, it's kind of like a mission that you have to accomplish. And to me that's exciting, and it's kind of like adventurous. You know, they tell you we need to plane down to Key West with the flight planning and looking at the weather, dealing with all the different conditions. Getting through the day of work, it's not as hard as compared to having to sit behind a desk all day. You're not just counting down the hours to when do I get done with work. It's just you're counting down to when do I complete the mission for the day. That's what I like really about being a pilot, is the adventure of it all. Every day it's something new. It could be the same flight over and over, but the different challenges that come up, if it's weather, you know, the wind, or any other types of things that may happen, it's always a different experience every time. And getting to fly up here, especially like right now, I'm completely by myself. These are actually the flights I enjoy the most. It's just you and the machine up in the sky, and it's just a certain feeling that you get just being up here and enjoying the beauty of flight when you're just all by yourself. If you guys are thinking about becoming a pilot, my friend Jason Shepard, he has a YouTube channel, it's linked in the description. He also wrote a free book. All you got to do is pay for shipping. It's called The Private Pilot Blueprint. It's basically a guide to help people that are thinking about getting into aviation, how to save time and money on getting your ratings. Keeping a good eye, there's still no air traffic around us. Nothing showing up. That's Key Largo right down there. Good view of it. So this flight from Miami to Key West is projected to be 38 minutes. And that's taking the scenic route here. If we were to go direct, it'd be a lot quicker with the TBM. If you're new to flying in Florida and want to go for a flight, to me, my favorite flight is this flight. From South Florida down the Keys into Key West, it's got the most views. I mean, some of these islands, I mean, you would think you're in the Bahamas by looking at the water and all that. Like right now the sun is still low in the sky, but if it was at noon, the water would even be brighter and crystal clear looking compared to what it is now. If you were to do the same trip in a car, it would probably take you 3-4 hours depending on traffic. With the TBM here, 38 minutes. Looking down here at ForeFlight, we'll go to the airport tab, and we click up here on the 3D view. We can take a preview. This is what it's going to look like when we get to Key West. satellite footage. That's the airport right there. You can scroll all around. Right over beyond it over there, there's a Navy base. We'll contact them to transition through their airspace before we go into Key West. A real cool feature. And we'll look. We got right now we can see the winds are at 170 at 16. We're looking at 10,000. And we'll get set up with our frequencies, the ATIS, and then we'll also have in the tower, the ground frequency. Looking out the front window, guys, you know, even though it's a VFR day right now, like let's turn out towards the ocean a little bit more here. You'll see there's really no horizon out there. So even though it's a VFR day, you'd want to be instrument rated in a lot of these different cases. Like, see now, if you look out straight out the window, there's not a whole big horizon out there to look at. You could easily get spatial disorientation if you're not used to relying on your instruments. I always recommend, you know, I think an IFR rating should be mandatory to be a pilot, in my honest opinion. But, you know, unless you're going to just fly locally and you really know the weather's going to be good. There's a lot of different cases where you're going to want to be IFR rated at night. If you turn out over an ocean at night, man, it's just pitch black out every bit of the window. It can be intimidating if you're not used to, you know, if you're not instrument proficient. Very exciting coming up here at the end of July will be Oshkosh AirVenture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Got a great meetup schedule coming up at the event there. I'll be there all week. If you go over to steve01canevo.com, you can register. We're going to be giving a lot of cool pilot swag away at the different meetups. And it'll be a lot of fun to say hi and meet up with you guys and share our passion for aviation. It's always a fun week. All right, we'll go over and pick up the ATIS here at Key West.
Key West Tower, information X-ray, 1153 Doolin. Wind 180 at 16. Visibility 10. Ceiling 10,000 broken. Temperature 270.24. Altimeter 29903. Visual approach runway 9er east. Large bird activity in the area. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on this contact. You have information X-ray.
All right. We have information X-ray. Okay, let's check in with Navy here, Key West. Navy Key West, good morning, November 851 Tango Bravo.
November 851 Tango Bravo, Key West approach.
Good morning, we're at TBM 850. We're currently 35 miles to the northeast of Key West, and we're going to be going into Key West.
851 Tango Bravo, squawk 0231, and say again your type aircraft?
For TBM 850, we're squawking 0231, November 851 Tango Bravo.
Roger.
Alright, so we let Navy Key West know that we're going to be going into Key West, and this way hopefully he'll let us go right through his airspace, because he's right on this side of the airport from us. I'll just wait for him to get back to us.
1 Tango Bravo, radar contact 30 miles east of International at 2,500 feet, westbound, maintain VFR on course.
Roger, maintain VFR on course, 1 Tango Bravo, thanks. I think we're following this guy in right up here in front of us.
34 Tango approach, you copy?
That's a 2434 Tango.
Any permit, sir, make your transition 3 miles south of the shoreline through the Navy's airspace.
Okay, we already set up shoreline surface.
He's asking that guy in front of us to remain 3 miles south of the shoreline of the Keys there to transition through the Navy airspace. So we'll anticipate to do the same thing. That's usually what they'll have you do. Transition 2-3 miles off the coast. That's a Skyhawk. We're probably going to pass him here. We're going significantly faster than he is. We'll keep a good eye out for him. He's 500 feet below us. He's at 2,000 feet. We do have the area just to the north of our course here. We got to be careful of that. There's a big balloon that goes up into the sky with a long cable. If you hit that cable, it'd be a bad day. But we'll remain clear of that. Now, I always like to play it safe. He never really said cleared through his airspace. I'm going to just clarify that he'll let us transition through his airspace. A little better to be safe than sorry. Navy Key West 851 Tango Bravo, I just want to confirm Mike cleared through your airspace.
851 Tango Bravo, I'm going to make your transition 3 miles south of the shoreline.
Roger, we'll make a transition 3 miles south of the shoreline, 1 Tango Bravo.
34 Tango, you appear to be heading towards the restricted area. Need to turn southbound.
See, that pilot was going right towards the restricted area. And you know, the Navy Key West had to tell them, hey, you're going right towards the balloon and the cable. You gotta be careful. You can't just be, you gotta look at your charts and make sure you're not going into an area you don't want to be. He's off our 2 o'clock right now. I don't see him over there. But he's going towards the restricted area. We're coming up on Key West. Nice smooth flight. I used the MyGo flight mount here. It's a quick, easy way to put the iPad on and off. This is iPad Mini 3. If you guys ever, when I get that question a lot, what iPad do I use? iPad Mini 3 seems to be the best size for this airplane. MyGo flight mount. Alright, we got lucky. The weather moved out this morning when we took off. The weather was over Key West. I knew it was going to push through. I actually have the airport in sight coming up here in the island. We're going to be right traffic for Runway Niner. We're going to expect a right crosswind, around 15 to 20 knots, depending on where it's going to be at. Show you guys a nice little crosswind landing. Water's a little bit churned up today with all the wind. Sometimes you'll come across, you'll see sharks down there if you look real close. Probably still see them today. It looks like the water's still clear enough. Now that the sun's coming up a little higher, the water gets a lot more pretty compared to when it's down low like this morning.
1 Tango Bravo, contact international tower 18.2 today.
18.2, thanks for your help, 1 Tango Bravo. Alright, so we're going to go over to tower frequency. That's the Navy airport right off here to our right. And then Key West will be coming up next. Key West Tower, good morning. TBM 851 Tango Bravo, 6 to the east, inbound with X-ray.
TBM 851 Tango Bravo, Key West Tower, down the right traffic for runway 9 report midfield.
Roger, right traffic for Niner, we'll report midfield, 851 Tango Bravo. So there we go, that's the Navy base right over here. You wouldn't want to land there by accident. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but they want us to report at midfield right downward. We'll disconnect the autopilot here.
Alright, we're looking for the traffic. We'll report via
Don't want the airplane to have all the fun. There's Key West Airport right there, and we're on our midfield right down. We'll report it. Tower 851 Tango Bravo, midfield right down for Niner.
TBM 1 Tango Bravo, runway 9 clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 9, 851 Tango Bravo. Alright, we got our landing clearance. You guys ready to put this thing on the ground? I know I am. Get to go have some fun before our flight back to Miami. Alright, we're going to pull the power back. I'll put it right around 25% on the torque. There it is. That'll start to bleed off our airspeed. And we're within our flap speed. Put our first notch of flaps in. Selected. Got at the wing there, you'll see the flaps coming down. And indicating. And we'll put our gear down. Gear in transition.
TBM 1 Tango Bravo, starts base turn.
Starting a base turn, 1 Tango Bravo.
Stationary 17 Charlie Juliet, the TBM is about a
Gear
half
down
mile
and
left before
indicate.
I turn to final now, 1,400.
He doesn't know, we want to do a little sightseeing here.
Traffic, 7 Charlie Juliet.
Got it.
Traffic now in sight, 7
We're on our right base.
Stationary 17 Charlie Juliet, Roger, thanks. Follow the traffic number 2, runway 9 clear to land.
Alright, runway 9 number 2, clear to land, 7 Charlie Juliet.
We got a lot of cruise ships that come in here once in a while. Right now, nobody's here. And here we are, we're now turning a 3-mile final. Runway 9er. Sure enough, we're gonna have that sun right in our eyes again. It's a military fort right down there off our right wing. Yeah, the sun is bright. Put our shade down a little bit here. Alright, we'll double click the autopilot disconnect again to get the auto damper off. Now we're going to have a right crosswind on this, so you're going to see we got a crab angle pretty good right now. It's showing 23 knots right now at this altitude.
500.
500 feet to the ground. But looking good, right at the speed I want to be at. Looks like we're right on the proper glide path. Tower actually is destroyed from the hurricane here, so they got a modified tower set up on the left of the runway, just a little shack that they're sitting in. So we're still going to let the airplane hold its crab angle. This is how I do my crosswinds. When we get into the flare, I'll push with my left leg on the rudder, kick the airplane straight and set it down. Alright, so we're going to go back to flight idle. Gonna now go into the flare, push with my left leg. There we go. Hold our crosswind correction in. There's the tower right over there. Looks like a semi-truck. And that's it, guys. Welcome to Key West. Nice little crosswind landing there. Oh yeah, if you look at the...
TBM 1 Tango Bravo, if able to turn right next taxiway, taxi to park via Alpha to Alpha 6, and you can range this frequency.
Roger with you, Alpha 6 in the Rampage, 51 Tango Bravo. Good. Yeah, the windsock is straight across. Probably around, it was looked like about 18 knots, I believe. So here we are, first taxiway, which is Delta.
Yankee is current altimeter 2994.
And we're going to remain on his frequency. Cross the hold short bars here and clean up the airplane. There's the welcome to the Conch Republic. That's the terminal right there where all the airlines use. And we're going right over here to Signature. Now we're in Alpha. We're going to turn left on Alpha 6. You'll see the taxiway signs right there to the left of us here. That's Alpha 7. Here's Alpha 6. Turn in here to the ramp. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. It's felt good to be back in the TBM here. I like to mix it up with different airplanes on the channel, but TBM is my favorite airplane to fly. I know you guys enjoy it too. So we got our marshaller there. He's going to put us, I guess, right in here at the end. Look straight out there. Look at the tower. It's all torn apart. That happened because of the hurricane. I guess they'll be building a new one here soon. Alright, we'll just follow his hand instructions in and we'll shut this thing down. Hope you guys are all doing well. We'll talk to you again someday soon.